I come from never sleeping rust, from an astrology of kicked up dust. From tantric turntables playing the soulphonic sounds of Motown. Let me hear you get down. From rock and roll uranium-238, which is made up of 92 protons of sweat and 146 neutrons of turn it up to 10. I come from a double backflip from one of Cary Grant's acid trips, from a Steve McQueen car chase in the Mona Lisa's face. I come from you sleeping quietly in bed, from the X on Manson's forehead, from the slow inhale of opium moments winding through time, connecting to places deep inside us that say, every moment is a breath. Every breath is a word. Every word is love. Every love is now. Every now is everything. I come from a dense lexicon of dog logic, from the gestalt of the Rock of Gibraltar, from I like what you do, but don't quit your day job. I come from the smell of gasoline, the spark of fire, triple own choir, from 3 hits of White Crosses at a Kiss concert, circa the Love Gun tour. I come from, are you sure we should be doing this? From the Grim Reaper's belly button lint, from babbling Scrabble pieces and an abracadabra thesis. I come from the vibration of bells. Bells singing down to places deep inside us that say, every moment is a breath. Every breath is a word. Every word is love. Every love is now. Every now is everything. I come from hummingbird beer burps, from evening's first song in a cricket church. I come from what part I know do you not understand? From, hey Joe, where you going with that gun in your hand? I come from absent kisses and Cadillac Ranch blisses, from a knife in the chest to stop, you're under arrest. I come from the language of honeybees, from a bee's knees, and if you please, I come from a horse. A horse in the blood that knows no fear. A horse in the blood that gallops full on, wild and wanting into those places deep inside us. Places deep inside us that say, every moment is a breath. Every breath is a word. Every word is love. Every love is now. Every now is everything. Every now is everything. He says, so what does this mean? She says, it means what it feels like it means. He says, but I don't feel anything. She says, that could mean everything. He says, but what if we play the record backwards? What if we hold our memories up to a mirror? What would they see that we don't? She says, the flowers I once picked for you are now wild dogs snarling at the door. He says, I'll build us a new house whose location is only known to us. She says, our bed is a graveyard. He says, those snarling dogs, I've turned them back into flowers and have placed them by your pillow. She says, your spider logic has 8 legs too many on which to offer any truth. He says, I'll write us a new life if only I can find a pen that uses my blood for ink. She says, you're like the hangover I haven't suffered in years. He says, you're the empty bottle from which I find it difficult to consume a moment's rest. She says, your hands are wounded birds I once thought I could heal. He says, these hands aren't birds. These hands are restless musical notes still searching out their song. She says, the moon is the moon is the moon. He says, the moon is a bittersweet symphony I used to sing to you on summer nights. She says, last night I dreamed you got lost in a desert of your bleach-boned sorrow. He said, did I make it out alive before your alarm clock went off? She says, nothing. He says, funny how silence can say everything. She says, distance is the best medicine for us. He says, I'll leave my shadow by the door in case you change your mind. She says, roll over and go to sleep. He says, I've been rolling in my grave for a lifetime. She says, why did we even get together in the first place? He says, life's answers are interesting when one only has lightning to read by. She says, these days with you are gifts I no longer wish to receive. He says, I never know what shirt fits me best when I wear my heart on my sleeve. She says, don't worry. The heart maintains its beat even when its love moves on. When its love moves on, sometimes noisily. In the beginning, cosmic vibrations. Atoms joining atoms, creating stars, universes, acoustic waves of planets spinning, galaxies coalescing, crashing, ultrasounds and infrasounds of the Big Bang resounding across time and space. Blank pages of age-old silences rewritten across Earth's new formation, river movements forming, flowing meditation, dinosaur roar, trees green laugh, first human hand striking stone against stone, sparking fire, fury, war cry. Prehistoric music, Native American and Aboriginal music reverberating through the ages, shamanic sounds oscillating with onomatopoeia, buzz, boom, growl. Ancient tunes scribed into song, cuneiforms composed in harmonies of thirds, 3 bones in the human ear, 3 stars in Orion's belt, of the people, by the people, for the people. Folk music, Greek music, Muslim music, songs of deliverance, songs of heritage and remembrance, into nations training prophets and everyday people to vocalize mosaics of chorus and cadence, oral artworks painted on air. Enduring compositions outlasting the fall of the Roman Empire, the medieval and Middle Ages imprisonment transformed into enlightenment, a renaissance of polyphony and euphony, tongues constructing temple time signatures, reviled and revered through Baroque, classical, and romantic periods. Right into a 20th century revolution where new technologies captured and enraptured new experimentations in musical styles and mediums, whole notes, half notes, 8th and 16th notes. All musical notes leaning into one another, creating songs written and rewritten on the flesh, yet still sharing the same electricity beneath the skin, the place where rupture becomes rapture and muscle memory mimics memorable melodies in a sweet choral repetition, a listening deep into the body, into the soul of rock and roll, buzz, boom, growl. 1950s American movies bringing soundtracks south of the boarding, raucous reverberations of Bill Haley and Elvis Presley celebrated over Mexican radio. Those sonic vibrations transformed into rarefied and reinvigorated transmissions. Cesar Costa singing Spanish versions of American hits. Gloria Rios dancing boogie steps with rock beats and cafe cantantes and tardeadas. Los Hooligans, Los Spark, Los Loco de Ritmo, Lalo Toral, Johnny Ortega, Irma Estrada, El Brujo cracking open the canned heat. Technicolor flashes of rhythm and blues, buzz, boom, growl. Loudspeaker prophets and reverbs, proverbs, wailing social and political messages heard by 60s youth in funky holes, abandoned cinemas and parking lots outside city limits, street demonstrations, railing against oppression, songs of protest, songs of healing breath. Man and woman made melodies, a Morse code of hope and howl pulsing on air, harmonic crescendos building bridges over oblivion's bottomless pit, buzz, boom, and growl. Mexican rock growing out its government-cut hair, former revolutions offering new revelations, breaking free from the underground. Caifanes, La Castañeda, Café Tacuba, Phobia. Songs singing seasons of new invention. Weather as varied as good days, sunshine to heavy metal thunder, yeah. Bombs and brutality can't beat down this beat for too long, because rock is always going to do what it does best, yeah. Rise, baby, rise. Electrified or unplugged, rock transforms the I into we, solitudes into multitudes, our ears cleansed with sound waves of holy water, wattage rolling through the ages, a rock of ages, a rock of solid rock and roll. And now I want to bring up a longtime dear friend, Cindy Lee Berryhill, to join me for my last piece.